that in the background? That's the sound of American manufacturing, alive and well, right here at Cone Drive. Step back in time with us. Though the machines and methods have changed, the heart of Cone Drive, our commitment to quality, craftsmanship, and the people who make it all possible has never wavered. This glimpse into our past reminds us of how far we've come and how much of that Cone Drive spirit still lives on today.
This is the famous double enveloping worm gear. The simple worm gear was invented by a man named Archimedes some 2,200 years ago. In the 16th century, it was made enveloping by the mechanical genius of Leonardo da Vinci. In 1931, an engineer, one Samuel Cone, evolved the concept further to make it double enveloping, as you see it here. The gear envelops the worm envelops the gear. In 1950, the picturesque area called Traverse City, Michigan, the company now known around the world as Cone Drive began its successful service to men everywhere. Men looking for gear designs that would handle higher load capacities, give smoother operation, longer life, and greater shock resistance than any straight worm gear of the same size. Customer representatives receive a warm welcome at Cone Drive, and their company's needs and desires are translated into action by the men and women of the products and marketing staff shown here. Whether it's a gear set, a speed reducer, or a gear motor, the customer's order is planned with care by a staff of well-trained, highly skilled engineering draftsmen from the broad range of center distance sizes and ratios available. If it is not a standard size, then it will be custom-made, specially designed. Cone Drive engineers have charted the output torques, thermal horsepower ratings, and chain pull ratings for each speed and ratio. Like other space-age companies, Cone Drive orders are placed by computer. Sophisticated computer chains actually schedule work in the plant. It's one additional reason that Cone Drive provides the broadest selection for delivery. The purchasing department is a busy place. It's here that the materials are ordered for all facets of the production process. These people, too, must be skilled in their work. A large and varied inventory is always maintained, to the end that any size gear set can be made for a customer quickly. Standardization of gear sets, shafts, bearings, bearing mountings and housings throughout the product line allows Cone Drive to manufacture and stock parts as standard items. And this makes interchangeability of parts and the inventory itself more simple. In its spacious and well-equipped plant, the Cone Drive Operations makes its own hobs, used in the cutting procedures on the worm drive and gear teeth. Again, precision and quality control are the overriding factors. From raw metal discs, machines begin to make the gears take shape. Precision in the cutting of the gear teeth is important to provide a compatible marriage of worm and gear later in the production process. Very precise measurements at each step of the way in the manufacturing process assures the Cone Drive customer of a product as perfect as man can devise. The rough material for the worm drives begin their trip through the production process in the heat treat. Here the metal is being prepared for future shaping operations. At Cone Drive, workmen with expertise born of long experience have an inner confidence that their work produces a product that will be effective in the customer's service for many years. In addition to its competent workforce, the Cone Drive Traverse City plant is one of the most completely outfitted for its production tasks in the world. Few competitors can boast of its contingent of exotic and sophisticated equipment. The list is long and includes all the necessary machines, plus some unusual ones. Machines that mill, bore, and broach to shape metal, all under the exacting control of electronic measurement. Cone Drive offers several gear set sizes from 2-inch center distance to 24-inch center distance in logical increments of generally 2 inches. Other sizes are developed on special order. Another hallmark of quality control is this 4-station boring machine with its 4 simultaneous boring operations. This helps the worm and gear to fit the housing perfectly so that each gear is precisely perpendicular to the worm. Quality at Cone Drive is a way of manufacture. Every gear set part goes through the same tests in its fabrication, from the cutting of gears and shaping of worms to this assembly operation. After the gear set is carefully assembled in its housing, it's given a test run. And then it is disassembled just as carefully to make certain that worm and gear have a compatible marriage. Further testing demands that worm and gear not only mesh properly, but that they do so in a virtually silent embrace. Here you see workmen checking the sound of a gear set with a special listening device. Quality control checkpoints festoon the path of the components as they proceed through plant production processes. Housings, as well as the gears and worm drives, are given special attention as they arrive at the assembly area to make sure that every Cone Drive component of the gear set has been built to last, to carry loads which would require straight worm gearing of a much larger and heavier design. Whether your job requires gear sets, speed reducers, or gear motors of any kind, the engineers, the men and women of Cone Drive operations of Excello Corporation stand ready to serve you. Cone Drive may be one of the largest manufacturing facilities of its kind, but Cone Drive's biggest asset is its dedicated people, the personnel capable of the creative engineering work that produces the quality product you're looking for. Maybe it's a giant excavating machine that moves 270 tons of earth and rock in a single pass. Cone Drive speed reducers help move its service cranes. Maybe your job requires the arresting of aircraft as they hurtle in from space. Cone Drive reducers handle aircraft weighing up to 85,000 pounds at speeds of 185 knots. A huge 50-inch center distance Cone Drive worm gear set provides the absolute accuracy of movement for a giant radio telescope to search out the stars. Cone Drive is the name to know to keep things moving. You can place your trust in Cone Drive operations of Excello Corporation. Quality, this is Cone Drive. Engineering know-how, this is Cone Drive. Precision, this is Cone Drive. Building with you, the customer. A future of unlimited accomplishment.